it's time to take a look at the XTU MAX2 Action Camera. So some people out there may be wanting to get into YouTube and vlogging, or creating family videos, or recording your holidays or your wild adventures. I'm just sat outside in my back garden. As I say, the camera's on a tripod, so I'm not holding it anymore. But as I say, you've got that steady function, image stabilization. And unlike some of the popular, in inverted commas, action cameras, the XTU MAX2 is incredibly affordable. And this is you can see the box it comes in. It's a very bright day today. Look here. This is the box it comes in, and it is packed with a number of features which I'm going to go through when we get everything out of the box and take a look at this. It's a 60K 30 frames per second camera, so super high resolution. And as ever, if you want more details on where to buy this from, and more information on the spec, there are links down there in the description below. So as I say, it all comes in a lovely box with everything described on it, well presented. And what we need to do, we need to unpack the box and have a look at the content, because you get a lot of things with this camera. You get a lot with this camera. I recently bought a well-known brand, and I got, I think, where was it? I got one mount, something like that. That was it. Nothing else. Nothing else. And with this, the XTU MAX2, these are just some of the accessories that you get, which we're going to quickly go through in a moment. So, in the box, we've obviously got the camera and a skeleton house. We have got a standard action camera mount here that can be attached. We've got a 1/4 inch mount here for a tripod, which can be put onto here. We've got another standard mount, and we've got, yes, another one here. This will all become simpler as we go along. I'll come to this in a moment. We've got like a handlebar mount here as well. You can see that. So if you're on a cycle or a motorbike or whatever, you can unscrew and put it onto your handlebars. We've got a number of other ways to attach these, like sort of cable type things. We've got a USB to Type C cable to charge and transfer files. We've got another mount. Remember I showed you the what is it? So these mounts sort of can interchange into other mounts and things. So anyway, yes, another mount. We've got a number of straps that come into here with different sizes, and we've got these mounts with the self-adhesive branded 3M double-sided mounting tapes. So loads with this. So for the moment, we're just going to get rid of the accessories, which we'll come back to. And if you notice, I mentioned earlier, we've got a couple of mounts, and I have never had an action camera that's come with a microphone. So this is a microphone, a lavalier microphone that plugs into the USB-C. So normally you have to buy a microphone, or you're then going to buy a microphone adapter, and there's a right palaver with some of the other action cameras. So this comes with a microphone. So the camera has got the standard mount here for action cameras, and if you notice, this one comes in a waterproof housing, although the camera is waterproof without it. If you've never used one of these before, the first time you do this, it's a bit tricky to get the cameras out. So basically the top just flips. You have to flip it. The first time it's quite, and it comes loose. Then the back will come off. The camera will come out, and then that just clips back on like that. So that has got a waterproof mounting. If you've got that mounting on, just be aware that the sound may be a little bit muffled. But if you're not just underwater, but say you're skiing, something like that, whether you've got snow and stuff coming at you, it will help to protect the camera. We're going to come to the camera in a minute. Isn't it a sexy little beast, this? And if you notice, front screen and rear screen. We're going to come to that in a moment. And it's also got a standard skeleton mount as well, where the camera is going to go into, which we'll probably use for this part of this review. And really super handy. There is a little cold shoe mount on the top here. So if you wanted to mount something, say, and a camera light or something like that, that can go into here. So let's just peel off some of the protective film. So it's got a little lens covering on it. And take that off. And the back of the camera has also got some film on it. So we're going to get close up to this in a moment and show you something. Oh, I'm going to make the front screen's also got something on it. So isn't that absolutely fantastic? And as I say, it's a similar size and a very similar weight to your standard branded action cameras. But if you're going to want to get into the world of vlogging without spending a fortune, this could be for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power this up. We're going to turn the camera around. I'm going to power this up and just show you some of the camera closer up and some of the menus. It's really nice that the menu system hasn't really been copied from other action camera people. They've actually, it's all working on a series of little icons. But what we'll do, we'll turn my camera around and we'll come close up to this and have a look at some of the menus and what you can turn off, turn on, and what some of the functions are. Oops, forgot something. You've got a 12-month warranty, sorry, there's a warranty card, and you've got a booklet with instructions. I'm personally one of these people that sort of dives in, but in here probably there will be a QR code, because there is also there is a QR code in here to download, because you can control this via an app or it's on the box, and you can also get a separate remote controller for the camera and things like that. But it's quite comprehensive what's actually in here. Right, now let's have a look at the camera a little bit closer up. Okay, so let's have a little bit more closer look around the camera. So say, quite straightforward. Bottom clips out, inside is where your battery is, and this comes with a 64GB SD card, so you're ready to go as soon as you get it. The lens cover can be unscrewed off and on if you want to put a different diffuser over here, like a neutral density filter or a polarizer filter and things like that. So that's nice and interchangeable. A well-known manufacturer a few years ago bought out an updated camera and you weren't able to do that. The top of the button, top of the camera here is your button for recording. These will be microphone slots. If you open up the side here, you've got your USB-C for charging up the battery, and also the microphone will click into here, and the mini HDMI if you want to put this onto a large screen television. And then if we press the power on button, it just takes a moment for the camera to, there we go, come to life, saying there's an SD card. I've not checked, I've done the timing or anything like this, but we've also on here, we've got a zoom function. I don't know if you can see that or not. We can click the picture icon. This will show you some pre-recording. So these are some tests that I was doing earlier. So we got playback, which we can play back if we wanted to. Bit scary, isn't it? And then we can go back to the main menu. This is showing now that we're on a 4K resolution at 50 frames per second, and we're in video mode as well. And then down at the bottom here, the little anchor, we've got Wi-Fi, so this will be for connecting up to the app, which we'll have a look at in a moment. Wireless connection, this is, it says auto dormant. This is when it goes to sleep. The power off to save batteries. Your language, video format, we're shooting in PAL. Video frequency is 50 Hertz. WDR we've got off. Voice volume we've got default, but we can alter this if we wanted to. Subscreen displays by default. We can flip the camera if we wanted to have this like as a dash cam. Do we want a stamp code on it? No, we don't. Ketone, it's just a little bleep, and a captone, little bleep, little place to get out. We've got a grid we can do. Here we can adjust the time and date. So as I'm recording this, it's the 1st of May, isn't it? Today, I do believe. Click confirm, and the time is it's not far off that. And then click the back button, and click the back button, click the back button. You've got voice control over here if you wanted to, which in the book he'll give you a number of commands that you can do so you can control it. Or these are reminders. So video start, video stop, turn off screen, take photo. So as well as video, you can take photos with this as well. Format the SD card, factory reset, and your information is the versions of what's on here. So I just click the video icon and down here. So we've got, as I was explaining before, this is quite unusual. It's a proper little menu system, isn't it? I like this. I really do like this. This is unusual. You got normal video. You can do a time lapse, slow motion. You got quick stories, underwater. Car looping is obviously using this as a dash cam. You've got to do a video and a photo, and you've also got night scene if you wanted it. And there's a little icon down there that you possibly can't see, a little crescent showing that we're on the night scene. We can turn that off or on. And if we go back to normal video, which is what we're going to be doing today, it's just got the video icon down here. And on the photo section, normal photo, time-lapse photos, timings, you can do a burst, a long exposure, you got raw images and things like that. So we'll go back to here. We're going to go into video mode and normal video. So absolutely simple. And you've, as I say, you've got the back screen here. So I'm recording this in my living room at the moment. And then what we've also got on the side here is we've got another other function buttons here. So if we press that, that can bring up the menus as well. And I'm using that to sort of scroll up and down. And now it's gone onto the photo side and menu. So you can use this button here as a scroll button. And just go back to normal video, and there we are with that. All right, so you're going to see me filming myself. So it has also got a front screen here. So if you're recording or you're vlogging and you want to see yourself, here you are. You can see yourself on the front screen, and it's showing that we're in video mode, 4K at 50 frames per second. So that camera's just gone into sleep mode. And again, you can go to the back here, and you notice this is disabled, and you can quickly flick over the screen. As simple as to flip the screens. This is very similar to a well-known camera, how it used to be a few years ago. So there's the front screen on now. The back screen's off. To flip it down, just hold the bottom button for a second, and what will happen? Very, very quickly, you've now got the rear screen. So if you want to now go to the front screen, because you're doing dunk, you do that, and then there's the front screen. And there's the rear screen. Right, let me get my phone, and I'll quickly load up the phone app and show you that before we do some actual test footage. Okay, so we've downloaded the app, which is straightforward to do. We've turned the Wi-Fi on. Here on my phone, it's asking me to connect up. This is what the connection is successful. There's a password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then if we could click off here, and then we can just go and find the app, enter camera, And here's my phone. I'll turn this around just to prove that I'm not cheating. So that's me now. Hello. So you can see, and again, just going round my room where I am. And then you can see the camera set up where I'm recording. So from here, we can record if we want to. We can view any files that are on the camera. So do you remember earlier I was showing you the video files that we had, or we can view any photos that we had. And then we can click the back button down here. And from here, we can enter the camera. Then from these icons here, this is showing you the resolution that you can change, all the different resolutions. Let's say 6K at 25 per second. We're doing 4K at 50 seconds. Cancel on there. This is how many time lapse it does. So when you filming, it sort of does different sections. The audio's on, video encoding, what your exposure is, your shutter speed. You can set your ISOs, your scenes, different scene modes, contrast, your brightness, saturation, image quality. Everything can all be done via the app, and you can monitor on here as well. Okay, so you can put this into the mount. Now, what I've just found is the lens is quite tight, so you have to put this on at a very, very slight angle. And then you see here, it does fit. So put that on at a slight angle, and then the back plate basically just goes on and clips, scrolls, and that will now enable me to fit a tripod onto here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the tripod that I'm no, I've got a spare tripod. Just hold there 1 second. Let me get a spare tripod, and I'll show you another way to mount this. Okay, so there's a little mount. This has got a little tripod on it, and it also extends like this. Oopsie daisy. So too many cameras and tripods, isn't there? And then, as I say, if you wanted to, you can plug in a microphone and attach that to your lapel. But basically, this here is now what we're going to have as a potential vlogging camera, which we're going to be taking out and recording some footage. Let's just power up the screen, shall we? And I can show you it, how we would actually use it. Right, so just to prove that I'm not cheating, I've got the front screen on. And what I'm going to do here now, so if you've never done YouTubing or vlogging, there's you'll get used to being able to turn your camera on and off with a button here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press the record button and start doing a bit of vlogging on this camera. Okay, just another tip that I've just found out. So again, it's new to me, this. I had the phone app turned on, and so because the phone app was turned on, it wouldn't let me record on this. So anyway, I've just turned that off, and now I don't know whether you're going to see, if I press the I will be inserting these in a moment so you can see what's going on here. So I have now got the front screen on, and I don't know whether you can see there is a little timer going on there, but just to prove that I'm not cheating, so here I am testing out the XTU camera, the Max 2, which has got anti-shake. This has got a lot here. It's got a 170 degree wide angle lens, so you've got all the different wide angle lens you can do. And say it comes with a 64 gigabyte card, 1550 milliamp battery, which you can then record up to 180 minutes. Super smooth stabilization. You've got the wireless microphone or wired mic, removable lenses. You've got all the photo options, and you've got this. So that is me recording now, and as I say, I've just got the camera here, just to prove that I'm not cheating. And if I now press the stop record button at the top, like that, and then we can hold the button down on the back here. And now what you can do, if I now record here, so all being well, that's recording me, so you can see that I'm not cheating. So I think we'll take the camera out and let's get some real footage. I'm just used to holding the camera on the top, aren't I? Look at this here. So I have now got the front screen on, and I don't know whether you can see there is a little timer going on there, but just to prove that I'm not cheating, so here I am testing out the XTU camera, the Max2, which has got anti-shake. This has got a lot. This has got a lot here. It's got a 170-degree wide angle lens, so you've got all the different wide angle lens you can do. And say it comes with a 64GB card, 1550 milliamp battery, which you can then record up to 180 minutes. Super smooth stabilization. You've got the wireless microphone or wired mic, removable lenses. You've got all the photo options, and you've got this. So that is me recording now, and as I say, I've just got the camera here, just to prove that I'm not cheating. And if I now press the stop record button at the top, right, so again, so that's me recording myself, and there's the camera. As you can see, that's a setup that I've been using as my general vlogging camera, but what we're going to do, we're going to take this outside and do some footage on it. Okay, so how is the camera doing? So I am inside at the moment, so I've just seen what the resolution. I've got a microphone here. We will plug the microphone in at some stage as well. So obviously inside at the moment, excuse the mess everywhere, people will know that we're just into here. So we've now got a super beautiful bright sunny day. Look at the day today, and I'm just out into my garden, and you tell me how this is looking. Will this do for you? So we've got flowers. We can record here into the daylight, sunshine. And we've got the beautiful blue sky up ahead. And say, fortunately we're blessed, it's not raining. Here I am in the UK and England. The United Kingdom, you know what I mean. Again, if you want more information on this, do check out the links in the description below. So that's a trailer tent, and isn't it simple to operate? Okay, Russia, how are you? Right, so now we have got this plugged in. So I'm purposely leaving the wire on the outside. Obviously, if you had this as a lapel microphone, you would run the wire inside your shirt, not outside, with the microphone that comes with it. This is a very, very unique item that comes with an action camera. Very, very, very unique. Right, let's just unpull this and go and do some more filming. So on this demonstration, I'm only using the video function. As I say, there is a full array of photo functions on here as well. So let's just take a look at let's have a look at some flowers in my garden as they are in bloom at the moment. What it's like out with the daylight. So I'm just now walking into a darkened garage, so the image and everything will go a little bit darker on here now, but again there is no lighting in here, so you can see the garage door, and where we are, I mentioned before you could mount this onto a bike handle. See, do you remember the screw before if you wanted to? Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I've now got it sat on its own little tripod, and again this is without the microphone. We will plug the microphone back in again, just so you can actually hear the audio. So I'm just sat outside in my back garden. As I say, the camera's on a tripod, so I'm not holding it anymore, but as I say, you've got that steady function, image stabilization, you've got all the resolutions on here that you can do. You know, as I say, this is in 4K resolution. You can go higher and a lot lower if you wanted to. You've got the waterproof mount, so if you wanted to go swimming with this, snorkeling with this, as I say, or skiing, things like that, you've got the mount what it's in at the moment, which is a skeleton, so you can attach the camera to a tripod or a selfie stick. So this one has also got the cold shoe mount on it. So you tell me, what is it? What is the quality like? Is it any good? Is it any bad? This could be the camera for you if you're thinking about getting into vlogging and you're a first-time vlogger and you were a bit unsure whether you should get onto YouTube, but you didn't want to go to the expense of buying a really, really expensive camera. I think what we'll do now, I think we'll re-plug this in again for another time and have a look with it, but I might just conceal the microphone a little bit better. A little bit discreet, so you can put a wind muff on here or whatever. You can see it's there now, and you can use this now if you're in a situation where you've got a lot of noise around you but you only wanted to hear your voice without picking up any of the ambient sounds around you. Or as I say, you could put a wind muff on here if you wanted to. Built into the camera settings, there are wind noise reduction settings you can also do on the camera. But as I say, that's just been a very, very short demonstration of what the quality is like and what the specs are like and things like that. We'll go back inside on the other camera to re-show this, and I think we'll finish this little review off. And as I said earlier, if you want more information on this camera, do check out the links below. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this. Hello, 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 to you out there, can you see me? Hello? Yes, that's what I do when I do my own videos for my YouTube channel. And if you wonder what that YouTube channel is called, it's called the Campsite Warden. It's getting confusing. So again, this is the box that it comes in with the detail on it, details on the side. And look at that there, that's the actual camera itself. And again, that's on a little selfie stick. We can move that up and down. There's loads of different things like this on that you can do. And again, you can take the camera, demount it, very, very simple, just like this. And if you didn't want to, you can physically put the camera in your hand and hand hold it, and there is that waterproof mount like that as well. So now let's just get the camera back out of the case, which so that's what it's like in, with the two fingers at the bottom. I'll leave it to you. But as I say, it's fabulous because you've got the front screen, so when you're recording you can be watching yourself, and as I say, it's incredibly just simple to flip over screens onto the rear as well. So if you were recording this way, you can turn the camera around that way. There I am. And again, just literally with a press of a button, it's so simple. And then you've got all these beautiful icons for choosing all the modes. I think it's a winner. Absolutely love that. And it's good that the manufacturer have created their own little menu system. So that's the XTU MAX2, let's say up to 6K, 30 frames per second, high resolution action camera. Hope you've enjoyed it. give the video a thumbs up if you have. And again, there are full links down there below. And look at that menu system, isn't it? So I know there's reflection, but isn't it wonderful?